Most people see a Porsche 911 in a driveway and think it's a sign of ultimate financial security. They think, if that guy can afford a $130,000 car, he must have millions in the bank. But here's the reality that's going to sting a little. For the vast majority of people, that car isn't a trophy of wealth. It's actually the very thing destroying it. In fact, there is a very high statistical probability that your neighbor in the 911 is actually closer to bankruptcy than you are in your 5-year-old Toyota. Here's why looking rich is the fastest way to stay poor. My name is Carl, and look, I spend way too much time obsessing over the math of status symbols, specifically why people trade their future freedom for a piece of German engineering that spends 90% of its time sitting in a garage. If you're someone who feels that lifestyle envy whenever you see a luxury car, or if you've been checking the configurator on the Porsche website late at night, I need you to stay with me. We're going to peel back the curtain on neighbor Dave's finances. I'm going to show you the brutal math of depreciation, the hidden psychological signaling tax, and exactly how you can actually be the person who can afford this car without burning your net worth to the ground. Let's look at the Dave in your neighborhood. Dave just brought home a 2026 Porsche 911 Carrera. The price? Roughly $125,000. But Dave wanted the nice wheels and the premium interior, so it's actually $140,000. Now here's the thing. Most people don't walk into a dealership with a briefcase containing $140,000 in cash, even the well-off ones. Dave put $20,000 down, which felt like a lot to him, and financed the rest. The math of the trap. Loan amount, $120,000. Interest rate, let's be generous and say 7.5%. Term, 72 months, the standard for people stretching their budget. Monthly payment, $2,075. Look, that is $2,075 every single month for 6 years, and that's just the permission to drive it. Here's what the majority of people don't realize: the true cost of ownership. Insurance for a 911 for a middle-aged guy isn't cheap. Let's call it $250 a month. Maintenance? A basic oil change at a Porsche dealer in 2026 is going to run you $500. New tires? Those rear 305s cost $1,200 a pair, and they don't last long. When you add gas and taxes, Dave is spending $2,700 a month on a car. If Dave earns $180,000 a year, which puts him in the top 5% of earners, his take-home pay is roughly $10,500 a month. That car is eating 25% of his entire lifestyle. One bad month at work, one medical emergency, and Dave's status evaporates. He's not wealthy, he's just a high-income delivery system for the bank's interest payments. Now, I know what you're thinking, but Carl, it's a 911, they hold their value. Yes and no. Compared to a Maserati? Sure. Compared to a real investment? Absolutely not. In the first 3 years, even a 911 is going to lose about 25% of its value. On a $140,000 car, that's $35,000 in phantom money just vanishing. But here is where it gets really painful. Opportunity cost. If Dave had taken that $20,000 down and that $2,700 monthly burn rate and put it into a low-cost index fund averaging 8%, in just those 6 years of the loan term, he would have $258,000. Instead, at the end of 6 years, Dave owns a 6-year-old Porsche worth maybe $85,000. The status trap didn't just cost him the price of the car, it cost him the $173,000 difference. That is a house in some parts of the country. That is a decade of early retirement. Dave didn't buy a car, he sold his 50s so he could look cool in his 40s. It's a bad trade, man. But why do we do this? Why does a smart guy like Dave trap himself? It's a psychological concept called conspicuous consumption. We use brands to signal our place in the hierarchy. We think the Porsche says, I am successful, I'm disciplined, I am powerful. But here is where it gets really interesting. Studies on the millionaire next door types show that the actually wealthy, the ones with 10 million plus net worths, usually drive Toyotas, Hondas, or 10-year-old Lexuses. Why? Because they don't need to signal wealth. They have wealth. The people most likely to buy a 911 on a 72-month loan are the aspirants, people who are doing well but feel the need to prove it. It's a treadmill. You buy the 911, your brain gets a dopamine hit for 3 weeks, and then it's just a car. Then you see the Turbo S. Then you see the GT3. The goalpost moves, but your bank account stays empty. But Carl, I just love the way it drives. It's about the soul of the machine. Look, I get it. I love a flat-six engine as much as the next guy. But you have to ask yourself, do you love the drive enough to work an extra 7 years of your life? Because that's the actual price. If you're buying it because you love the apex of a corner, go buy a used Cayman for cash. If you're buying the brand new 911, trust me, you're not looking at you, they're looking at the car and thinking about themselves. So, how do you enjoy life without falling into the Dave trap? Here are 3 steps to do this the right way. The 1-year rule. If you want a luxury item, you must be able to pay for it in cash after your retirement and emergency funds are maxed out. If you have to finance it to afford the monthly payment, you can't afford it. The used arbitrage. Let Dave pay for the first $40,000 of depreciation. Buy a used 3-year-old Porsche with 15,000 miles. It looks the same to 99% of people, it drives 98% as well, and you just saved yourself a literal fortune. The wealth ratio. Never let your rolling assets exceed 50% of your annual income. If you make $100K, you shouldn't have more than $50K tied up in cars. Dave is nearly 80%. That's financial suicide. At the end of the day, a Porsche 911 is a magnificent piece of machinery, but it's a terrible master. If you drive it because you've won the game of money, congratulations. But if you're driving it to pretend you've won the game, you're only losing. Your neighbor Dave might have the flashier driveway, but you have the peace of mind, you have the freedom, and eventually you'll have the wealth to buy 10 Porsches in cash if you really wanted to. If this breakdown opened your eyes, hit that like button. It helps me fight the marketing machines that want you to stay in debt. Stop buying things you don't need to impress people who don't care. I'll see you in the next one.